Hello, my lovelies. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. How are you guys doing this beautiful night? Yes, you can hear me. Awesome. Thank you so much, Bella. Thank you, Angie. How are you guys doing? Welcome for those that are just joining. We're going to be doing the love readings. This is going to be the mid-month love readings. We're a little bit behind. So I decided just to go live and do it live. How are you guys doing? Hello, welcome for those of you guys that are just joining. Tired, Yvette? Why? What's going on? It's been crazy energies, I know. It's like we're overworked, right? You're happy you caught me live. Awesome. I'm happy you caught me live too. Welcome. You had a crazy day today? Oh yeah, it's been crazy. I think everyone is being challenged right now. It has a lot to do astrologically. We're going through a lot of transformations, you guys. I cannot express how many changes we're going to be going through from now all the way to the beginning of next year. But it's necessary. So, all right. So we are going to get into this. We're going to be doing the love readings, mid-month love readings for all zodiac signs. This is going to be from Aries all the way to Pisces. We're going to start off in order. Local, a lot of relationship issues today, but staying positive. That's the best way to go about it. Trust me, you're not the only one, sweetheart. I see it a lot right now, a lot, as well as a lot of secrets coming out. So you guys hang tight because it's going to keep getting a little bit revealing, to say the least. All right, so let's begin. All right. Call upon all my wise and loving spirit guides, spirits of light and love, my ancestors and archangels, please step forward. Spirits of divination, I invoke thee. I ask you to be pleased be present. Allow me to see, hear, sense, view, and receive the messages loud and clearly. For each one of the signs, we're going to begin with Aries, ending with Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Get into it. We're going to be pulling out some oracle cards as well. You were just thinking of me. Ooh. You're probably sensing that I was going to go live. All right, let's get into it. Spirits, what are the messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? We're going to look first into new love. How do they see Aries? How do they see Aries? New love. For those of you guys that are just dating, just beginning to know someone. New love, please. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. How do they see Aries? All right, here we go. All right, so we see the 10 of Wands here. 10 of Wands is almost an energy of seeing or feeling like you are a bit too much to handle right now, Aries. You may be coming off a little bit strong. You may be coming off a bit challenging. I see it more as you being a little bit more not challenged, but I feel you're extremely guarded. And they are a little bit frustrated because they can't really pick up if you're interested or not, if you are serious about them, or if you are, like I said, really, I don't know what the word is. It's almost like, I don't want to say too much work, but I feel like you're keeping them at arm's length and they feel like it may be a little bit too much for them to deal with. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel like it has more to do with them not being that much certain if they're looking for some type of commitment, because it's almost giving me commitment phobe type of person. It's not necessarily having to do with you being difficult. It has more to do with their maturity level. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's see. How do they feel about Aries? How do they feel about Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. How do they feel about Aries? Okay, here we go. 7 of Swords. Yeah, so I don't know. It's giving me energy of you're not very forthcoming, or they feel like you're very difficult to read. And because you're difficult to read, they are perceiving it as, like I said, a bit guarded. I feel like you're being guarded right now, Aries, but I feel like on their perspective, it's like you're being sneaky, or you're not being straightforward. Maybe they feel like you have options. There is a almost an energy of wanting to get to the bottom of why you're not as accessible. So for some of you guys, maybe communication has been a challenge. And I think everyone is honestly, everyone's being challenged right now with communication. But I feel like the communication between you guys is not it's not flowing organically. I feel like maybe you guys, if you guys are communicating or talking or texting, maybe it seems like you guys are trying to maintain the conversation, or like it's awkward type of energy. But on their perspective, I see them feeling a little bit like you're hiding something. You're not being very honest or forthcoming with them. All right, let's see what is their future actions towards Aries. What is their future actions towards Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Here we go. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So things are going to turn around for you guys, Aries, for you that are dealing with new people. Um, I'm in bed crying. It's 3 p.m. Why are you crying, sweetheart? What's going on? So what they're telling me is things are going to quickly turn around. I feel like for some of you guys, you are being challenged because astrologically, the planets are a little bit difficult right now. See, what I'm sensing is you're guarded. They're not feeling it like you're being guarded. They feel like you're being sneaky, or you're not being very forthcoming with them. But there's an awkwardness to this energy. So it's kind of like when you're getting to know someone and you guys are really into each other, that you're trying so hard not to show that you're really into each other. Um, I hope that makes sense. So it's almost like you guys are overthinking too much, and in that overthinking, there's a lot of resistance. So it's coming off as maybe, like I said, not being very straightforward with them. That's how they're seeing the situation, anyways. Let's see if we can get an advice card here with the oracle cards for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for their new love. You're idiot, Cancer. Oh no. And it's an emotional sign too. Bear with them. All right, here we go. And we have divine protection. So again, I'm going to be honest with you, Aries, for those of you guys that are dealing with new people, I feel like it has more to do with timing. When they show me timing it's almost like it's in a very different timeline. Um, if you need, or if you feel right now the person you're dealing with, like you guys are trying too hard, um, you have to let it go. Like you have to let things unfold the way they're supposed to organically. Because I feel like the more you try to uh, make it work, or the more you try to, make the awkwardness go away, the more it's evident. It's like the elephant in the room. With divine protection, it's knowing and trusting the process and the timing. So again, if you need to try really hard with the person that you're dealing with right now, perhaps take a step back, allow them to show you some type of action. If there's no action, then keep it moving, keep it pushing, because this is signifying that it could be that timing is off, or it could be that you're putting your energy and effort toward is not primarily someone you should be giving your attention to. Maybe there is, someone around you that may be a new perspective, and you don't see them because you're focused in this new connection that you made. So again, if it feels difficult, or if it feels a little bit challenged right now, try the best you can to going back, focusing on yourself. The more we kind of obsess or stress about something not working out, the worse it gets. So it is about letting go of that resistance. And by letting go of that resistance, you go back to yourself, or focusing on yourself, and things just seem to either, like I said, move along organically, or they will weather, they will fall apart, or they'll go away. And that's how you know that you were the only one that was stressing or putting too much energy in this connection. Okay. All right, here we go. And the card we have here is 25. So what that indicates to me is, for some of you guys, I feel like you're putting energy, especially those of you guys that are dealing with a new person. You guys are definitely putting energy and effort towards the one you shouldn't be putting effort towards. It did give me like committal issues. So maybe the person you're dealing with is non-committal. Maybe they're not looking for that. With 25, it indicates to me there is commitment, there is longevity in a relationship. But oftentimes, especially because we do have the Wheel of Fortune here, things are going to quickly turn around. For some of you guys, it will find some type of stability. For others of you, you'll come to the awareness of understanding that you're putting effort in the wrong person. And when you're able to release that or move away from that, you're able to embrace a new connection that comes forth that is something long term. Okay. All right, my lovelies. Now we're going to go to Aries for those of you guys that are interested in a past lover. So we're going to look at Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, old love. If you guys are not in communication, or if you are, or you're in between, or dealing with someone that is of your past. Let's see, old love. How do they feel about Aries? How do they feel about Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Here we go. We have the Ace of, so they're hoping and wanting some type of new start, a new beginning. For those of you guys that recently started reconnecting with an ex or someone from your past, they are definitely coming back around. And I feel like they probably got their shit straight, or they figured out that you're the best thing they could have got. And they're willing or wanting to put more effort in that. Especially if the person that you were dealing with wasn't really wanting to progress in the relationship. Obviously, there was some type of separation or something. But they are giving me an opportunity, almost a restart for some of you guys. Let's see. Why do they feel this way towards Aries? Oh, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like they had options, or it could have been you, Aries, that had options, and perhaps they were aware of that. There is a bit of instability. There is a bit of, doubt in this connection, but I feel that the balance has been restored. And that's the reason why they're coming towards you with this Ace of Pentacles. Now, Ace of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles obviously is in order, which indicates to me that 2 and 1 is 3. So 3 is working towards like getting to, or trying to figure out, how do we get on the same page? How do we figure out we want the same things? If we do, let's give it a restart. Let's move forward, trying to work it out. And not in communication with an ex. Do not be surprised. They may be reaching out to you pretty soon. Let's see. What is their future actions towards Aries? Future actions towards Aries. Hello, for those of you guys that are just joining, welcome. Future actions towards Aries. All right, we have the Eight of Cups. So I'm definitely sensing for a lot of you guys, there was a breaking or a separating of the relationship. And it had a lot to do with the fact that there was either inconsistency on your side, Aries, or on your partner's side. And it could have been because they had options, or because they weren't sure if they wanted to get themselves into a relationship. Perhaps it was something that started off rather quickly, jumped into a relationship right away. But I feel that there was a need for a break on both sides. So this is not just with them. This has a lot to do with things that you need to work out as well, Aries. And again, I'm sensing that there is a restart here, almost a restart button that they're, wanting to hit. They're wanting to come back and reach out to you. I definitely do see them walking away from the stuckness or the instability or the undecisiveness, and they are taking action towards you. Let's see, what is the Oracle, Love Oracle message here? Let's see. We have, should I stay? I feel that that's their energy towards you, Aries. Again, like I said, I don't know exactly what went on between you guys. Obviously, it's a general reading. But from what I can sense, I feel like there was either a situation where you guys rushed into the relationship, and one or yourself wasn't sure if you guys were like emotionally ready for a relationship. Then they started doubting, or you started doubting. Someone started to pull away. And the reason they started to pull away was because they were weighing some options. So it was something that they were continuously asking themselves if they should pull away or walk away from the relationship. But there is, like I said, there is a restart here. There is a wanting to fix what, where do we go wrong? How do we get on the same page? Can we even, work it out? But I definitely do see reconciliation for some of you guys. So let's see. Give me another message, Spirit, for the Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, old love. Let's see. Here we go. And we have number 4. This is a lot to do with privacy. This has a lot to do with building something, something that initially in the relationship was a bit questionable, perhaps how it started. Perhaps you guys were quick to jump into a relationship. Perhaps some of you guys didn't take the time to get to know each other, because it's questioning the stability or the structure, whether it was the strength or the weakness in the relationship. So it's something that needed to happen for you guys to go your own separate ways and figure out exactly what it is that you guys wanted. And it seems to me that it is both of you guys are wanting each other. So again, there is some type of reconciliation that's happening here. I hope that whatever lessons were to be learned, I hope you learned them, Aries. I hope they learned them, so that you guys can start. If there is a possibility of restarting, there is a start with a stronger foundation. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go with, let's see what's going on with Taurus. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. It's like confirmation. Oh, okay. So if you're a cross watcher or watching your partner or person of interest sign, some of the messages, these are collective messages. So some of the messages may be for you, or like you said, serve as some type of clarification. All right, let's go now to Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Those that have new love. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's see. How do they see Taurus? How do they see Taurus? All right, here we go. Eight of Pentacles. So no surprise there, right? They're seeing you as someone that is willing to put in the work. They see you a little bit, on the slower side. And what I mean by slower side is someone that could be very methodical about how you approach relationships or how you approach dealing with them. I feel like they're a little bit concerned that maybe you're not giving them enough time, or maybe that your energy or focus is toward other things that make them feel like you're not completely present in this connection. That's what I'm sensing. Let's see. How do they feel about Taurus? How do they feel about Taurus? How do they feel about Taurus? New love. Okay, let's see. We have the Magician. So they are definitely wanting to manifest something with you. They're wanting to stabilize this connection or get to know each other better. Or it's almost like you have a lot of the qualities that they've wanted or that they've looked for in a partner. However, again, I feel like you're a little bit distracted. So what I'm sensing, and this is going to seem for some of you guys, like I said, the messages that are being related, if they connect with you, awesome, amazing, I did my work. If they're not relating, don't force it. Okay. Keep in mind, it is fluid. So a lot of the things that are coming up, if you're not resonating primarily right now in the situation, doesn't mean it won't unfold throughout the end of the month. So just keep that in mind, because that's how tarot cards work, my lovelies. So with the Magician, I feel like there is a lot of the qualities that they've looked for in a partner. They see and they understand that you possess that. But one of the things that's kind of like the sense that I'm getting is when someone wants and they're always like, oh, I'm looking for someone that's stable. that has, their shit together, that is making their money, but they've never really ever dealt with someone that is like that. So the moment they do, they understand on a different perspective or different level the commitment it takes to be committed to what you're doing. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if they're not used to dating someone that has all their things together and that is a very hard worker, for example, um, if they've never dealt with that type of energy, they may feel a bit like, oh, this person maybe is not that interested in me because all they do is work. It doesn't mean they're not interested. It just means that now you're aware of what it takes for someone that is a hard worker, right? To keep going. It's not just about chilling all the time. It's about priorities and being able to understand that. So that's the energy I'm sensing. It's like they both, like, they wanted to manifest you or look for a person like you, but now that they actually are dealing with someone like you, they kind of feel you're a little bit distracted, but I feel like you're chasing your coins, Taurus. So there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see what their future actions are towards you. What are the future actions towards Taurus? Future actions towards Taurus. Let's see. And we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah. So if you guys just recently started connecting or you just recently started dating someone and it feels like when you text them and it's because you're busy, when you text them, if they're not quick to respond to you, it's not that they're ignoring you. I feel that it has a lot more to do with like childish energy because they're not used to dealing with someone that either has their shit together or that is focused and motivated. And that's the honest truth. I don't feel like they're doing it in a meanful way or in a spiteful way. I just, they want to let you know that they also have options, but not in a bad way, just for you to value them a little bit more. So my advice would be to put a little bit more effort, Taurus. Um, we all know that when it comes to relationships, it's not easy, especially when you have to prioritize. It's almost giving me the vibe like they're in their feelings because you're not giving them a lot of a time or attention. So you may be dealing with someone that is a little bit like childish in the sense of when they don't feel emotionally being fulfilled or like they are getting enough attention. They may purposely ignore you or respond to you an hour or 2 hours later, just so that they can have you questioning, like, why aren't they answering? But it has more to do with they're in their feelings about you. That's what it is. Especially with the 9 of Cups here, there's a wish fulfillment that's happening here. Something that they've been asking for, even praying. So it could be vice versa, Taurus. So again, put effort. First time catching me live. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Welcome. You guys don't forget to like these videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. All right, let's see what the love. Oh, here we go. And the card that you have here, Taurus, is overcome odds. Again, I feel like this is a dynamic energy. I feel like, I'm going to be honest, Taurus, I feel like the person you're dealing with right now may be a little bit needy than what you're used to, but I think this is amazing because it's needy in a healthy way. I think that it's you, my dear Taurus, that needs to work on being a little bit more in touch with your emotions. Um, and yes, this includes not necessarily making big displays of like interest in the person, but actually putting effort. We all get it. You work, we all get it. You're busy with life, right? I myself can totally relate. And even, barely sleeping and working all the time, I still find the time. So if you are really interested in them, I would put a little bit more effort in that. Okay. Okay. Because I feel like this is good for you, Taurus. I feel like sometimes neediness is a good thing, not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people, some people need full independence, not making them feel like they're being caged in, right? Because sometimes signifies a lot of trust issues. So if you're able to love them freely, they will totally respect that. But we also, as earth signs, sometimes need people that are a little bit more needy, a little bit more emotional to kind of ground us, I can totally relate to that. Okay. Let's see. What is the other message here for Taurus in regards to this situation? And we have number 26. Okay. So there is a lot of things that you hide, Taurus. I feel like there is a lot of perhaps experiences that you've carried throughout, different relationships that you've gone through, difficulties, perhaps maybe even, feeling like, your trust, or in other relationships you've put your trust and they've, let you down in that aspect. So I feel like you're a little bit guarded, and I completely understand that. But something that I often tell my clients to understand or to remember is that the people that hurt you in the past is not the people that are present or that you're dealing with now. So it's not fair for them to jump through hoops to try to prove something to you, because you don't know where they've been and you don't know what they've gone through. So again, it has more to do with, working on ourselves to make us a more whole person. And when you're whole, you're able to receive and give love unconditionally. So, all right, my lovelies. Now let's go to Gemini. Oh, sorry. No, we're still doing Taurus. We're going to go to the old love. You guys let me know if you guys can hear me. It's very quiet in the chat room. Sorry if you guys hear kids in the background. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's look into their old love. How do they feel about Taurus? How do they feel about Taurus? You can hear me. Awesome. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Fabulous, Josie. All righty, here we go. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, how do they feel about Taurus? Here we go. I almost skipped you guys' past love. All right, we have here the King of Swords. So yeah, they see you a little bit guarded. They see you detached, unemotional, unresponsive. I feel like for some of you guys, if you're not currently in communication with the past love, I definitely them watching you from a distance. So this could be through social media. This could be even asking about you to friends or people that may know you and you may know them. So I'm gonna be honest. I feel like feelings. I feel like there is a wanting to communicate, but there's a fear there. So I don't know if it's fear of rejection. I don't know how it ended between you guys. But there is almost like wanting to figure out if you would be even responsive to them reaching out. I do see them contemplating very heavily, though. Thank you for reading. Of course, we. I know you're going to have a message for me just in time. Taurus, Gemini, cusp here. Oh, wow. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Why do they feel this way? Why do they feel this way? Hey there, Leo in the house. You're a Leo, Rhonda. Welcome, welcome for those of you guys that are just joining. Okay, let's see. Why do they feel this way about Taurus? Why do they feel this way about Taurus? 10 of Cups. All right. So, yeah, they're definitely in their feelings. You guys may be dealing with air energy, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Doesn't have to be. It's just the energy, you guys. I feel like for a lot of you guys, I'm cutting in and out. Can you guys hear me fine? I don't want to continue if I'm cutting off. Can you guys let me know if you guys can hear me? Can you guys hear me? Or is it still cutting out? I'm good. Okay. All right, awesome. So I feel like there is regret here. I feel like the partner, your person of interest from the past, is definitely dwelling on the past. I feel like they're wanting to come back around, but there is fear of rejection. And that fear of rejection has a lot to do with the fact that at some point in this connection or relationship, they didn't appreciate you, or they know that they're aware that they didn't appreciate you and that you're aware of that. So I feel like that's where the rejection comes in, or the fear of rejection. There is almost an understanding of, you were good to them and they probably didn't appreciate that, or they didn't take it seriously. And it wasn't until this break or this pull or separation that is causing them to have regret, having the desire to revisit the relationship or to revisit the past, or to even try to figure out if there is some type of probability of going back with each other. What is their future actions towards Taurus? What is their future actions towards Taurus? Let's see. What is their future actions? Five of Swords. Yeah, I don't feel like they're going to be reaching out to you, Taurus. I feel like you're dealing with someone that is extremely prideful. I see them watching you. Do not be surprised if they're like stalking your social medias or even creating fake accounts, trying to look at what you're doing. There is regret. There is a wanting to reconnect, but I feel like their pride is so big right now that it has more to do with like them expecting that you would be the one to reach out, that you would be the one to put your pride aside. And I'm gonna be honest, with the 10 of Cups, though, I would not suggest for you to reach out, only because I feel like you came from a loving place. I feel like everything that you did or the actions that you took that led you guys to some type of break or some type of separation, um, had a lot to do with you giving unconditionally. I think that the Five of Swords is just something that they have to work through, which we're talking about ego, we're talking about, um, their shadow side, and that's something that they need to work through. It's almost like you can't sit there and say that you have regrets and if you can do something about it. And if you're not doing nothing about it, then the regret is right, because you're caging yourself into this mental space of wanting to have a different outcome, yet you're refusing to take action. What is the Oracle advice card here for those dealing with the situation? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. All right, we have change of heart. So yeah, there is this revisiting, there is this doubt, remorse. Should I reach out to Taurus? I'm missing. They were good to me, but then the moment they are in that despair moment, there is also a doubt that perhaps you may ignore them or you may not respond to them. Five of Swords is talking about ego or ego base. That's what's keeping them from taking action. And the change of heart, just as quickly as they are reminiscing or being nostalgic, then they put their energy things and then they just keep it pushing. So again, I don't see any type of change here or any type of action towards you, Taurus. Let me see. Here we go. And we have 18. So this card represents everything to do with loyalty. I feel like for some of you guys, this person from your past perhaps wasn't necessarily very loyal. Perhaps they weren't that reliable. And that's the reason why the change of heart card is here. It's a person that perhaps has difficulty committing 100% to a relationship. And that's often when things are not going their way. That's often the reason why they walk away, because it's easier to walk away than to actually put in the work, because they themselves have a lot to work to do for themselves. So, all righty, my lovelies. Now let's move on to Gemini. These are going to go a little bit longer because I'm doing both new love and old love. So just letting you guys know. All right, let's go. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We're going to go into their new love. How do they see Geminis? How do they see Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? How do they see Gemini? Oh, all right. So we have the Hermit. They see you very much in your head. I I feel what I heard initially when I pulled this card was they're just so fucking difficult to read. I feel like some days you're hot, some days you're cold, Gemini, and I feel like they struggle with that. They struggle with trying to figure out, if you are interested in them or if you're just playing games. Usually the hermit gives me an indication of a person that they see as very wise or wise beyond their years. But in this situation, I that's the first mind, which was they're so difficult to read. And often, kind of like not really showing your true side. So for some of you guys, you're doing it purposely. For others of you, you're doing it on a subconscious level. Let's see. How do they feel about Geminis? How do they feel about Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Hey, baby. How are you? Oh, all right. Here we go. So they feel the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is feeling like I need to protect myself because I can't really figure out if Gemini is interested or not. I feel like they're not showing you how interested they really are. And the reason for it is because they're doing it as a defense mechanism. They don't want to get hurt. What are their future actions? What are their future actions towards Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What are their future actions towards Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Nine of Wands. So I don't see this progressing as quickly as you would want, Gemini. Nine of Wands does indicate to me throwing in the towel or feeling like it's too difficult, or I don't necessarily want to say difficult. I feel like it has more to do with them feeling like you're playing mind games and they just don't have either the patience or the effort to put into something where they feel like they've hit a wall already. So unfortunately, I don't see this progressing. I don't see them putting effort is what I'm sensing. What is the love oracle message for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? I'm going to be honest. I feel like for some of you guys, the reason why you may come off as very guarded, or you may come off like you're uncertain about what it is that you want, has more to do with the fact that you're working on yourself, Gemini. That's what I'm sensing for some of you guys. From the Seven of Wands to the Nine of Wands indicates to me getting to the point of understanding or having with certainty and clarity what it is that you want, and not being apologetic about it, or no longer letting people slide with their bullshit. So again, I'm feeling like they're guarded and they're like, you know what, I'm not going to get hurt because it seems like Gemini is just playing games. But I don't see you as actively playing mind games. I feel like it has more to do with you getting tired or no longer wanting to entertain what's not going to be good for you. It's like the moment you start to see red flags, what they're showing me is like you are raising the bar. And that is always an amazing thing to do. And if this person that you just started dealing with is not willing to put in that effort or that work to gain that trust, then you shouldn't even be wasting your time. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And the message here is friends. So again, I feel like for some of you guys, this is a connection that you are best perhaps not necessarily like putting so much effort. And I feel like it has more to do with the fact that, like I said, there is an elevation here that's happening with you, Gemini. So for some of you guys, it's raising the bar. For others of you, is no longer settling for just anything. You're actually knowing what it is that you want. I feel like this connection that you're dealing with right now may be best suited like in the friendship category, versus someone that you actually want to date. So perhaps not what you wanted to hear. All right. And we have 27. So there is definitely communication. I feel like communication is going to open up for you guys in the sense of being honest, or them being honest and telling you like, I don't think that we're on the same page. And I think that that is primarily the energy I'm sensing. I feel like it has more to do with the fact that needing different things at this point. And it's not really worth wasting your time. All right, now let's go to old love for Geminis. Can you guys hear me? casually asking because all of you guys are very quiet. Fabulous Josie. Yes, girl. True story. You know, it's crazy because sometimes people will hook you up, right? Or you'll meet someone and you're like really feeling each other initially at the beginning. And then, you know, it just fizzles out. And sometimes it's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you are better being friends with someone than to actually, you know, date them. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that makes sense. But sometimes it happens that way. You guys can hear me. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. All right. Now let's go with the old love of Gemini. Let's see what's going on there. How do they feel about Gemini? Listening attentively. Well, that's a good thing. All right. Let's see. How do they feel about Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Old love. Okay. Here we go. And they have, oh, wow, the Lover's card. Your card